My name is Sheila Corona. Welcome to, I don't know what I'm going to call this, but it's my thoughts on things, some things. So this one's going to be entitled, So What's Up with That Cue on Your Wall, Sheila? Well, if you've been at all paying attention on the planet over the last several years, there was something I'll call the QAnon phenomenon. And no matter how you slice this phenomenon or where you land on what you think it was or is, for me, I've been able to take a step back from what it appeared to be perhaps on the surface and relaxed my gaze around it. And it's one of the reasons why I never took that down, because I noticed right off the bat there was a puzzle piece that it carried in regards to asking questions. It's the one thing that phenomenon did the most of, it feels to me, was breaking programming. And I just got this the other day in its totality. I've been walking this intellectually for a while now, but I saw it in action in myself the other day, where the simple act of asking oneself a question interrupts a thought pattern that could perhaps be considered a grooved thought pattern. And I watched myself think from this part of my brain, and that question brought me to this part of my brain. And that was a very interesting observation. And again, points to why, for me, I never took that down. Because no matter how one looks at that phenomenon from a more expansive point of view, the energetic that was being presented on the planet at the time that was introduced was, don't you want to stop and ask some questions? And who are you going to trust to get those answers for you? And those are reasonable questions, all of them reasonable. So no matter what one or how one holds that entire thing, that for me is why that stays there. Question everything, everything, including self. Always question self. For me, that's the first place I go anymore, is to question me. So yeah, what is that about? And yeah, why is that? And the very moment that those kinds of questions aren't allowed to be asked, well, then we're all in trouble, as far as I'm concerned. Because isn't that what the whole point of all of this really actually is on the most expansive level? Is to experience new and unknown things. And if we're not even allowed to entertain something outside of what's being, actually in most cases pummeled repetitively at one, right? When there can't even be conversation about things. I saw that on Greg Gutfield the other night. Comedian Jeff Dye actually said it. When the very act of wishing to have a conversation about a thing is no longer allowed, that's something to be considered. And again, for me, that's what that was. I don't care who started it or why. On a much larger expansive, I don't care, philosophical, whatever kind of reasoning you want to term it, that phenomenon began at least the intellectual exercising of asking oneself questions, because it does something. It does something, at least for me. And I tend to now see all of this as a large experiment on what I want, how I'd like to experience it all. Highly recommend that, as it makes everything that much better. I hope you've enjoyed this short, I don't know how much. That's a pretty long explanation, but I just had this, that came in strong. Okay. Till next time, I hope you will move towards that which brings you joy in each moment that presents itself to you. It is just a matter of perspective, and we all have many perspectives within us, being the all and the singular all at once. Till next time, be well, my friends.